I was like most people. I mean, we want to try to be more profitable. So the restaurant expert offered us something that we'd really not seen before. Again, operations to try to help us be more profitable. So that got my attention. So we wanted to be more profitable. I mean, we didn't really know, how much good things they had to offer us. But that was the one thing that said, okay, if you can make us more profitable from our sales we already have, then we're really interested. I went to the Restaurant Experts Workshop in Las Vegas. My wife and I went. And it was one of those workshops where it was like, they scheduled from 8:30 in the morning till 6 at night in Las Vegas for like 3 days. And my wife, Kathy, and I looked at it and said, there's no way we're going all that time. Every one of those, that amount of time to workshop. But lo and behold, after that first morning, we were so hooked. We went every bit of that time, every day. We stayed late every day for the after cocktail hours. In fact, we probably spent 10, 12 hours there every day. We ate up every bit of it. Coming out of that, the one tool that I absolutely implemented the day I got back was the purchase allotment system. And it literally changed how we did business. That one tool did, because what it did is it told us how much we should be purchasing and when to buy it. And so we eliminated 3 freezers that we had food in. And it also flushed out all kinds of problems that we didn't know we had, or where they were, I should say, just by saying we're buying so much of these certain products that calculation wise we shouldn't really need that much. So we were able to fix that. When the restaurant expert contacted me personally, after I'd kind of been involved for about 12 months from kind of, I call the peripheral side, and I was really a skeptic. I'd been involved in deals before, and so I really felt like we operated pretty well. I didn't think they had a lot that could change in our life to make it better. And so Fred Langley got a hold of me, and I'd filled out some questionnaire, and they did a kind of a brief evaluation of the restaurant. He wanted to spend me to set aside a couple hours to talk about it, and so I looked at his review, and I liked it, but I told him, I said, we probably can do it in about 30 minutes. Well, after about 3 hours on the phone, Fred, I got to go. They love to tell the story. I couldn't get enough, and from that point forward, I hadn't been able to get enough. And so, but with Fred and just how much they knew and how much they brought to the table, they had answers, they had solutions that I had not really experienced before. And again, I'd been in the restaurant business for 30 years by the time I was talking to him for the first time, and I certainly didn't think I knew it all, but I didn't think I had big gaps. And so they really brought things to the table that really were helped me fill some big gaps and help me work better. And so that particular deal was for me with Fred was the budget creator software, which allowed us to really make a solid budget, easily change it, go forward. And you combine that with a few other tools, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So between the people and the product, I was sold. The Restaurant Expert offers so many different tools. It's very difficult to just say there's one and that's two, because they all are kind of joined together at the hip. They all kind of help each other. But with that being said, I mean, the ability to have excellent recipe cards, and they give that to you with an online service, so that once you're uploading, your products are in there, and everything's broken down to where it's stored and how you use it, which is all not difficult. And most of the systems out there are very difficult, and that's why most of the independents don't really implement those. Theirs is not difficult. Once it's in and going, then you have a solid basis. You know exactly where your cost ought to be. And so you tie that back into your budget creator software, which is, that's going forward. This is where my cost is going to be, because I got great recipe cards. The only question is, am I executing those recipe cards? But the tools are right there to do that. And you combine that with purchase allotment, which then tells me how much to buy and when to buy. Those things just work together hand in hand, even though they're kind of mutually exclusive, but they all are after the same goal. You want to hit the exact mark where you want to be, where you target to be, you hit that mark. And so it helps you do that. And that's one of the biggest challenges in the business is, we know where we want to be, but how do we get there? And these systems help you get there. I talk to restaurant owners all the time, and but we just kind of like to visit with each other, especially when you're out of town and they feel like you're, not a threat to them. And so every time I get a chance, I tell independent restaurant owners about the Restaurant Expert. And here's what I tell them. I tell them it'll change your life. Absolutely change your life. I said, not just because it's going to make you more money, and it will make you more money. I've never, ever, ever seen it not make people more money. But it gives you a much better quality of life, because really it allows you for the first time to smooth things out, to project better, to hit your projections, to have systems in place so that it makes you confident that things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen. And so that alone is a great quality of life. besides just being more profitable. When I first got involved with the Restaurant Expert in April of 2010, we came right out of there gung-ho, on fire, and implemented all kinds of systems. And at the restaurant where we did that, we only had one unit then. That's the Noodles in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And we were doing about $2.3 million in sales at that period. And by the time we were finished, within about a year, we reduced our cost of goods sold down from about 32% down to about 23%. And we probably saved another point or so off labor. But in the net effect, I like to say is that it really saved us about 9 points. And 9 points on $2.3 million is $207,000. And we were spending about $550 a month at that time to be in the level that we were in participation with the Restaurant Expert. And so really, I don't know anybody who wouldn't take that trade. $6,600 a year, and you get back $200,000. And so for us, that part's been life-changing. And that's why I tell people that, you just got to get involved. I don't know what your numbers are, but I guarantee you the Restaurant Expert will make your life better.